You know me, you know I'm a big believer in it's always stout season, and thanks to Wayne's Beer Delivery, I got one to keep it going a little while longer before it gets cold again. Gingerbread hot cocoa, part of the 10W-40 series out of Highwire Brewing up in Asheville, along with a couple other places too, but Asheville's the main one. So let's get a little late, much late ho 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 on, crack this open right after the theme song. Welcome into the Midland Studio with your host, as per usual, Nutmeg to Palmetto. You know the saying, hashtag it's always stout season. This is a pastry stout. If pastry stouts are your thing, if that's how you like to get down, work your way down to the comments. The first one pinned has a link to a playlist of all the other pastry beers I've done in the past, whether that be a stout or a sour. Because the term pastry beer definitely has a little bit of a broad definition and can go multiple ways. So I put everything right there for you. It'll also, of course, be under the stout playlist as well. This one got from my man Wayne's Beer Delivery, fellow YouTuber and South Carolina beer guy. It's a pretty big name series, the 10W-40 series out of Highwire. Highwire is a pretty big name too. And Wayne's got some other things in play too, because he's one of the hosts of the Upstate Beer Boys podcast, a show highlighting local South Carolina beer around this area and bringing their stories to the forefront. But this one is Asheville, of course, in North Carolina. Gingerbread hot cocoa 10W-40. 10W-40, obviously, I think motor oil. And we'll see if it pours like motor oil, as is a popular thing to say amongst dark beers and stouts. But this is a very high-profile series by Highwire out of Asheville. They do the 10W-40 series a lot. Imperial Stout, brewed with cocoa powder, ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, clove, vanilla, and lactose with Spicewalla. Spicewalla. Not sure what that is. The Spicewalla brand on the back. So, gingerbread hot cocoa, the front of the can is the typical 1040 type of text with all the ingredients and whatever and what makes this particular beer unique. The back of it actually has the Spicewalla logo as well, which I'm sure you can't read it on that one. Underneath it says superb spices and seasoning. So that's obviously a little bit of a spice house, maybe in the greater upcountry North Carolina or Asheville, or specifically Asheville area. On Untapped, listed as a pastry stout. 1,234 total check-ins, 1,174 of which are unique, and over 1,000 are rated. It's actually a pretty middle-of-the-road ranking at 3.69. I mean, that's like right around what you'd find your run-of-the-mill pale ale or session or American IPA, that sort of thing, Pilsner, that lager, that sort of stuff. So that would seem like a little low for something like this, especially something with a big name attached to it like the 10W-40 series. ABV is 8%. Actually, it's on the back. It is on the can. My bad. Low IBU at 20. Little blurb for this very special and seasonally appropriate version of our 10W-40 Imperial Stout Series. We partnered with Asheville-based Spicewalla. There's the answer to that. To bring all of the depth and complexity of their gingerbread spice behind blend to our sweet and creamy stout. Notes of chewy ginger candy, chocolate cream soda, and fresh baked cookies elevate this holiday-inspired stout brewed with chocolate, vanilla, and lactose. Well, we're a little ways past holiday season and still got a little bit of ways to go before the next one. But hey, I just did an Oktoberfest series not that long ago, so the heck, right? Let's get right into this and not waste any more time. Threw that a little bit, didn't it? Oh, boy, does that ever pour like motor oil, huh? That head's gonna be gone in a minute. Actually, this head hung around, granted not very much, but at least some of it hung around a lot longer than I thought it would. Yeah, I mean, right now it's only down to less than a finger, so there's certainly not much left, but I mean, it sure does look pretty. It's a big tannish, dark tan, definitely more than khaki, type of foamy, creamy head. As you can see, the motor oil joke was certainly not lightweight by any stretch of the imagination, because that is dark as dark can be. I could smell this already when I was walking back in to the studio. It is a very strong spiced aroma. Which one did they say? I don't know so much about the clove. Maybe it's hidden way back, but definitely a lot of ginger, definitely a lot of cinnamon, and maybe nutmeg. You'd think someone from Connecticut would know what nutmeg smelled like right off the top of their head, but whatever. But in any event, that ginger, definitely gingerbread, definitely the cinnamon, probably the nutmeg. A little bit of bready, so that's probably more from the ginger. It's kind of like coming in that gingerbread mixture. That smell, it doesn't smell too sweet. It's just a lot of spice. Words are hard, I speak them goodly. Shout out Imperfectly Crafted. Yeah, the sweetness is very hidden by the spice, so it doesn't feel like it's going to be an overpowering sugar bomb. Well, I'm excited to see what it tastes like. Let's do just that. So Santa Claus comes tonight indeed. Sorry, I'm not really at a loss for words. The rating actually doesn't make sense. Yeah, this, it's funny. So the first two sips, I got a lot of those spices, but they're a little more subdued now on the succeeding sips. It's not very heavy. It's on the lighter side of medium. It's got a little bit of a soapy mouthfeel. I know that's a weird thing to say. Who the hell eats soap? But other than that, that mouthfeel is kind of taking the spices over. So it's kind of hard to pick out a real definitive flavor. I mean, it says there's lactose in it. I don't really get any kind of creamy or sweetness. I'm not getting any vanilla. The chocolate is maybe there, maybe a little bit of bitter dark chocolate type of flavor, but it's not like, I mean, there's some things that don't have chocolate in it at all and they taste just like dark chocolate. So that one is, I can kind of go either way on. Like, again, the spice is there, but it's not super strong. It's kind of getting taken over by the spices, and again, the spices aren't even that strong. Yeah, what did I just say? I don't even know. Never mind me. Beer makes me think too hard. I can't keep track of my words. I mean, it's decent. I mean, it's definitely, there's a little bit, okay. Maybe you need to get several sips in before you really start to get that chocolate. It's not super warmed up, but it's not super cold either, because of course I'm running around doing my shots. So it is starting to warm up a little bit. Now the chocolate's coming in a little bit, like way back here on the finish. So if that's where the chocolate is, that's probably where it's gonna live, and I'm okay with that. So that's solid. Thanks a lot, Wayne, for giving this, man. I'm glad I tried it. Actually, I never had, despite the fact that they're everywhere. I've never had a 10W-40 series before, so this was a nice kind of gateway drug to that series. I mean, it's certainly not as thick as it looks. I mean, that looks very viscous, but it definitely doesn't taste thick. It's definitely on the lighter side of medium. So that's solid. Easy to crush. Definitely doesn't taste like 8%, maybe 6.5%. So that's pretty solid. I don't know it's quite what I was expecting, but it's solid and tasty nonetheless. If you like what you saw from me, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when my reviews drop. If you want to recommend a beer to me, send me a beer, or just chit-chat me up and make a new friend, email me, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. And if you want the rest of my day-to-day nonsense, follow me on my social media channels, TikTok and Instagram @nutmeg2palmetto. Remember, click that playlist down below in the comments, the first one pinned, for more pastry beers that I've reviewed in the past. Ho, ho, ho. Christmas is coming. Maybe a little while. It'll be here before you know it. Cheers, friends. I'll see you next time.